Oh. Afiyet olsun paşam. Sen kahve içiyor olabilir. Şu an Select'te Start'ta aynı menüyü açıyor. Oğlum çok homofobik. Hey lanet olsun. Yeşil alcıyız Hufflepuff öncesi. Lan dedikodumuzu yapmayın. Oğlum sinirlendirmeyin lan beni. Pasif
I
agresifim.
suppose some introductions are in order.
Lenora Everlight. Arthur adı.
Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made.
Bu arada hoş
Can't
geldiniz.
imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
Peki ne kadar çok şey bildiğini görmek için seni.
I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Indeed, 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... being that far
O
behind.
kadar şey olmayalım
I'd
böyle
feel
kendimize
so
emin. Şimdi zortlamayalım sonra.
inadequate. Of course, presumably as a hard-working
Kendini tasvir
Hufflepuff,
tabii lan
you'll
o
prove
iş
yourself
bende.
in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect.
Ama bazen
Sometimes I
evet,
think I should have been a Ravenclaw.
öyle deme canım.
I've rather
Yuvanı
a
kabul et.
searing wit. At least people have always told me so.
Yuvanı kucak aç.
I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
Niye peki böyle düşünüyorsun?
Do you really think you should have been in Ravenclaw?
Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Bu alttan ders alıyor muhtemelen. O şu daha yaşlı lan beyaz saçlı sanki.
little cat.
Oha sen nasıl kedisin lan öyle?
I can't quite reach.
Come on, he went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
Kamera niye donuyor ya?
Your mother's right. Magical beasts are more trouble than they're worth.
I think they can help us as long as we help them. They just take some getting used to. You'll have to get used to them. Otherwise, you'll have a time of it in Beasts with Professor Howin. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Şurada güzel bir çıtır gördüm sanki. İnşallah güzelsindir.
Don't talk to me about
Adelaide Oakes.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes?
Tatlı lan. Çok
I'm
tatlı.
Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
Dedikodun ne ara çıktı? Ben daha yeni geldim. Meow.
That one is true. Not the typical start to a new school.
That's dreadful. Well, I'm glad you made it here alive. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Thank you,
Hiç amcanı
Adelaide.
merak etmiyorum.
Be
yani şu
seeing
an.
you.
Of course, and good luck.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Happy Sweeting. Tamam canım benim, gidiyoruz.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been
Hazırım
dreaming of
hocam.
this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Ben de
Well, you
inanamıyorum.
are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and
Aye, aye.
not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something.
Lan neye bastım geçti lan?
Here you are.
Ne oluyor?
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
GTA'daki gibi.
Thank you,
şurada
Professor,
sanki.
but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Profesör. Bugün bakıyorum çok şıksınız.
This way.
Tamam lan. Tabii ki.
The
Tabii ki
guide will
efendim.
give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do
Good.
keep up.
Götümle dağlara gevirdim.
Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
Aha, ne? What? Chelsea'nin kilidini açtığınız mücadele tamamlamaya yönelik ilerlemeniz burada görüntü. Tamam. Alan kılavuz sayfaları.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that inside
Burada diğer büyüler var. Tamam.
the castle.
Revelio.
Revelio. Aha, orada bir şey var.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Oğlum çok güzel lan. Allah razı olsun profesör. Şu biz açık dünyayı bir salsa.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get
Revelio.
almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening
Hocam bakın
here.
ne yapabiliyorum.
It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Patrick Redding is surprisingly somber, considering.
That should be
Beni bir
all for
salın
now.
ya.
You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes
Katılırız
today.
hocam. Katılırız. Ayıp
And I'd
ediyorsunuz.
like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way
Eyvallah,
here.
Ejder ham yaptı hepsini ya. Bilmiyormuş gibi soralım mı? Hadi
You
okey.
mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the
Harbiden
school
bu yalanı
supplies you
söyleyebiliriz şu
require
an.
in Hogsmeade.
Hocam Ejder
You will
ödevlerini
also, I
yedi.
imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire
Hocam
to
şu
become
puzzle'ları görmüyor
warriors.
musunuz? Savunmaya ne
Fortunately,
gerek var?
we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Seherbaz. Daha fazla
What will I
bilgi.
learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard and a talented teacher.
Bizim bölüm başkanı kim peki? Hangi hoca bize bakıyor?
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to
Siz mi
learn.
bakıyorsunuz hocam bize acaba?
Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in
Dumbledore
at
burada
least
yok,
showing
yok.
you the basics.
He
Daha
did,
doğmamış.
Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Ne diyek? Korkarım yok, aslında var.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Adana göçmeni.
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember
Harbiden
to
evet, fareye
use
benziyor bu
your
adı.
field guide.
Profesör
It
Splinter,
will be
ninja
invaluable
kaplumbağalı.
to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Anyone fancy going?
Profesör bekleyin bir ya.
Revelio.
Bu ne? Kebelek bu. Bir şey yapabiliyor mu?
Lumos.
I'd like to retire to Hogwarts one day.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I
Peki ne
hear
yandı?
you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's
Kıl kırık,
interrogation
kıl
regarding
kırık.
our late arrival?
Evet, bir tık.
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of.
Hadi bakalım.
And she may feel obliged to
İnşallah
share
satış
details with the
yapmazsınız.
headmaster
Bir twist yemek
that would
istemiyorum
be
sizden.
better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Leviosa akıyor. Hadi gidelim.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend.
Stedik
I shall
alsam da
reach
burada
out when
olacak
I
mı lan
have more
acaba?
information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Oha, Hüseyin Bolt muyum lan? Koşuşa bak. Ollivander dükkanın adı, adamın adı değil ki.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in Eastern
Estağfurullah hocam,
Wales
estağfurullah.
and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Hadi bakalım. Levioso.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger.
O 5. Sınıfa da Levioso.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
Stupefy. O bende.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Good. Now, well done.
Levioso.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only
Allah'ım
Levioso,
bu
basic cast,
nasıl da
and
gülüyor.
Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
This must be your first duel.
Let's just say
If only all of my students were this adept.
Ah. Ağla bakayım
Not
Sebastian.
bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you
Bakalım belki
rose to the
bir Malfoy
challenge.
soyuna denk geliriz.
Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle
Revelio.
for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
İki diyelim, o kadar şey açık etmeyelim. Ne diyeyim, adama heykellerle kapıştığımızı mı söyleyelim?
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be quiet if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Kulağa ilginç geliyor.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
lütfen bana siz
Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned.
Hayır de.
We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Bu sandık işareti var lan.
Revelio.
Göz takip ediyor. Gözler. Yukarı çıkmam gerekiyor. Değişik. Buram buram Hogwarts kokuyor. Hüseyin Bolt. Wow. Ayı kılavı. Acaba Nick var mı ya neredeyse kafasız Nick?
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to go back to the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Natsa'ya onay.
Thank you.
Bu harbiden göçmen galiba.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Hadi bakalım. Akio.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Hadi hocam gidelim.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Ay ya adam bir okul daha yaptı.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charge.
Accio!
At the last possible... That... No, not to worry. Very good.
Haha.
Excellent control there.
Çözdüm bu işi ya bak.
Very good.
İlki
Points to
alıştırmaydı.
Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this.
Accio!
Ağla Onay, ağla.
Splendid!
Olay. Dikkatli atayım mı? Aa yapmıyormuş. Ama hocam benimkinin önüne kırdı. Ben de bunu yapayım.
Well done. Here we go. There we go.
Accio!
Very good.
Allah nasıl ya?
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Bakalım daha devam ediyor, daha devam ediyor.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
Bizimkiymiş
I'll
hocam.
say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp.
Hocam.
That is how it's done.
Ha, öyle mi?
Accio!
Al bakalım, öyle değil, böyle yapılır.
Excellent.
Watch this. Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind.
Accio!
Lan! Dur lan!
Happens to the best of us.
Let us see this. There we go.
Bu iş rahat ol bende.
Nicely done.
Sen rahat ol sana koçum ya.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Bilerek yaptım heyecan olsun diye.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Wakato.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you
A
can
word,
use
if you would.
humans, if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hadi bakalım.
Hello there.
Revelio.
You're the new student, aren't you?
Öyleyse ne olmuş? Konuşalım.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Biraz böbürlenelim.
Thank you, but it really wasn't all that challenging.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be a bit overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I find Professor Ronan's lessons a bit more challenging than you do.
Şu sandık işareti ne ya?
Revelio.
Allah Allah.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752.
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm
lies.
not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Oh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't boot and it wasn't flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
Bacım ne konuştun be?
Revelio.
I used to enjoy.
Pisi pisi pisi. Meow. Sıfır 3 soru işareti, tek boynuzlu at, 4 soru. Çift kafalı bir şey var mı burada? Neyse onu başka zaman çözeriz. Şurada bir şey var. Bu ne? Koleksiyonlar. Aa, bunlar bende var değil mi şu an? Weasley dersten. Görünüşümüzü değiştirelim. Hiçbir şey yapamıyorum ki. Hadi böyle kalsın, ne yapayım? Havalı bir şey olduk.
I miss having my own bedroom.
Merdiven daha. Oğlum Hogwarts böyle bir yer miydi lan? Bu tadilatla nasıl bir yer olmuş?
Revelio.
Oh, not again!
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only my time per week, I can plunge the boys' lavatory, not for the meek. He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment chap. So I
Hagrid'in mekanı galiba.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I seem to have a knack for dueling.
Then you've come to the right place.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Yolla gelsin.
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Tipe bak.
Bingo.
Potato. Don't shy away now.
Levioso.
Accio.
You're better than that.
Levioso. Mind the one.
Levioso.
Expulso.
Bingo.
Accio. Potato. Come on.
Levioso.
Expulso.
Levioso.
Lumos. Lumos.
That's all you've got.
Stupefy. There goes my way.
Sendo.
What a duel. Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's
Tabii,
strong
sandım.
competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Ones victory. Hope to see you back here again.
Şimdi yapabileceğim bir şey yok mu ya? Bir o yana bir bu yana salla. Evi kıvı kıvı çivi salla.
Your brain doesn't fill up. You're entitled to your opinion. Doesn't mean I'm obliged to agree.
Dostum kamera bozuk. Kameram bozuluyor. Anlamadım. Pisi pisi. Pisi pisi. Meow. Göreve başlamadan önce ne aldım? Bu zaten vardı. Anlamadım.
What about the room, Professor?
Anam
I
tipe
was
bak.
thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Siz bir konuşmayın, şu kamerayı bir daha bir ayarlayın.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are.
Oğlum çok tatlıydı lan.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit
Kime benzetti?
before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Şimdi bir anlık beni göreceksiniz. Hazır mısınız? Ne haber? Profesör Fig bir şey demedi
Have
mi?
you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Kimi seçelim? Neti'ye ne dersin? Sebastian sanırım. Olabilir. Her şey olabilir. Onun da dedesinin dedesi de olabilir. Neti'ye Sebastian'ı mı seçsem ya? Kanka derste tanıştığımız arkadaşlar işte bunlar. Bununla asa dövüşü yaptık. Nete ile o topu çektik işte. Kübra sen seç birisini. Kaka. Sebo. Sebo iyiydi. Kupra seçsin. Sebo sen de mi Sebo? Hadi bakalım.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Sebo ile gideceğiz hocam.
Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you
Sen
can.
biraz oyunu
Once you've
görmüştün değil
finished
mi?
Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Oğlum biz Sebo'yla deli dolu takılacağız. Pisi pisi. Hiçbir şey olmaz.
Ah, there you are.
Professor Ronan.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Hürmetler hocam.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Revelio.
İn lan aşağı. Hadi lan bu.
Revelio. Accio.
Got it.
Ya paşam uçan sayfayı da bize toplattı. Neyse ki çıkart gidelim.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Revelio. Accio.
Brilliant.
Revelio.
Niye öyle bakıyorum ki bana şimdi?
Levioso.
Allah Homora olmadan galiba açamayacağız. Açın kapıları.
I trust the preliminary task.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation
Hocam
and
aksan önemli mi
movements.
peki?
I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Sizin gibi mi söylemem gerekiyor?
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Oo. Bulacağız. Bir şekilde bulacağız.
That's it. Very good.
Evet, şurada bir yer var.
If you would like to
Tamam.
practice mending something,
Prepare.
I'll go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Kendi konuşuyor. Koskocaman kapıyı.
Revelio. Accio.
Gel lan buraya. Hınzır seni.
I've been sending out my mother.
Bunlardan her yerde var.
Some of us are tidier than others, though, aren't we? You don't.
Hala mantığını çözemesem de anahtar lazım galiba. O zaman bu bölümlük bu kadar. Hemen bir sonrakine teleport olacağız. Bir anda. Okey? Anlaştık.